TR808 Live. TR808, the Raw Underground Radio.
Yes, indeed. Today we got Snyp Life, D Block representative. You know what I mean? Bookie
What
balls.
up? What up? What up?
What up, man?
We here. Just happy to be here, baby.
Word. It's been a minute.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But you got this new project out, New York 90s.
New York 90s, man.
You know what I mean?
Authentic.
Kind of flavors, like a memory from a
it's
mixtape,
like
right?
Back to the organic, form of hip hop, purest form.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, just to create some balance, you know what I'm saying, right now, because the game is kind of heavily weighing one side. So, New York 90s actually was the ill part about New York 90s, though, is like, it once was a mixtape.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And,
I know this. New generation don't.
And me coming from I came in the game when the mixtape era, DVD, mixtape / DVD era.
Best.
That's when I came in the game. So we was going out the trunk. This was before social media and all that. You know, so I don't mean to sound like an old head, but this was a minute ago. So
Fun times.
yeah, this was before social media.
And
know
you
what
had
I
to
mean?
search and recover mixtapes too.
Yeah, absolutely,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Some spots didn't have it. You had to go to the next spot.
And we would do that. We would get on the K Slade, rest in peace. We would get on the K Slade tapes. We would get on the Clues, the Big Mics, DJ Envies. Like all the ill DJs would drop mixtapes and we would be on them shits and we would travel like long distances just to get the mixtape, because we on it, you know what I'm saying? But that was an ill time, grind time. You had to be up in people's faces. You couldn't push buttons to get past. So I appreciate that era that helped us to have the resilience to be able to make the transition to the digital shit, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I dropped a lot of mixtapes in my day, coming in the game. So New York 90s was definitely like one of my favorite personal shits. So here we have it now. We fast forward to where
you got a lot.
Yeah, I got a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I got a lot. Y'all could Google a lot of the mixtape history. A lot of the mixtape websites are down, but you can still find a lot of dope mixtapes out there. Mine's included, a lot catalog heavy. But again, just moving on, like the New York 90s was just an idea that I felt like I wanted to reintroduce to my fans, to my core fan base that always followed me through these different kind of eras of music, you know what I'm saying? So we remastered it, we reproduced it, a lot of the shit. Shout out my guy M80, DJ M80, you know what I'm saying?
Underground Arsenal fan.
Yeah, facts. And yeah, you're gonna hear a lot from me and M80 too in the future. So, but we put this project together again just to reintroduce a lot of the shit to my fans that they didn't get a chance to hear and appreciate, you know what I mean? And yeah, here we have it, fresh out, New York 90s on all the streaming platforms. When I originally dropped this as a mixtape, it was out of the back of the trunk.
Wow.
So it's just so ill. Now here we is, 2025, you know what I'm saying, in the digital space, and I'm able to drop, you know what I mean?
Reintroduced those
type of joints. Yeah, that's a fact.
Let's get it clear, fam.
That's a fact.
Hip hop, this is an album drop right now.
Yeah, New York 90s though, I think y'all love it. Back to the era where, albums was a whole lot more creative, if I could say, like, dope interludes, ill skits, made you laugh, cry, shit like that. This project is filled with a lot of them, and it's really set in the theme and the time frame. So when I say New York 90s, it's not just a gimmick because it sound cool. Again, I've been doing this for quite some time, a lot of years, and New York 90s was a slogan that I had like at least over 10 years ago. So a lot of the direction of the project is focused in that era. So you'll hear a lot of some of your favorite movie clips and just interludes and shit that will bring you back to that time. It's like a nostalgia. So I think it's real dope to be able to introduce it back now in the digital space. You know what I'm saying? So
For real.
yeah, New York 90s though.
Real
Yeah.
quick, I see you rocking the Underground Arsenal show.
Yeah, shout out to
hat.
Underground Arsenal,
You
man.
know
My
what I
guys,
mean?
man. You already know how we do.
Salute.
That's what it is.
TR808 Radio.
It's a fact.
But let the people know where 354 came and
Yeah,
little history.
354 is
Rewind back.
that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? You know, started as a young kid growing up in the prison system. You know what I'm saying? Came up with the idea with a close comrade of mine, more like family. You know what I mean? Big cuz type of shit, like type of vibe.
Yeah.
Another older nigga that was on the block that like seen me growing up, always seen my potential, and we both happened to be in prison at the same time at different jails, and we would always communicate and shit, and we came up with the concept. You know what I mean? It was just something that was thought, wow, it's still in. So fast forward, I came home and we started the company 354 Entertainment, and for those that don't know. By now, you know what I'm saying, 354 is my neighborhood. It's where I grew up at. You know what I'm saying? A lot of history there. This where the Locks was like one of their first headquarters. You know what I mean? A block that they claimed. You know what I mean? And I always was proud to be able to come from the same neighborhood as legends and as a shorty. And they watched me grow up. You know what I mean? As a kid, always was the nicest in my hood. Always was the nicest out of my peers. So the older cats. You ain't nice in the hood unless the older cats send for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we came from that era. I be chilling with my peers, little homies. We out riding, wilding. And the older cats would send for me, say, yo, go get... Back then, they used to call me Miggity. That's a whole nother story. Big Das FX fan. Huge Das FX fan. And I had got that nickname at that time, and they would say, yo, go get Miggity. Tell them they flowing in the front. Meaning that was Chic and Kiss and Styles and them, they flowing in the front. They older than me, you know what I'm saying? So I always was prided on that. So again, this is all my neighborhood, this is where all the shit started, so I felt like it was only right to do something that would separate me from like a gimmick. Like, this is really my story, my journey, you know what I mean? So we started, again, 354. It was just me growing up in this neighborhood and my experiences, and we incorporated it. So from that era, which was the mixtape era, we came in as 354, you know what I'm saying? And we was tearing shit up. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, you know what I'm saying?
I already know.
Proof is in the pudding. But yeah, that's where it really came from. And then to this day, you know what I'm saying? I still own the company. It's still incorporated, 354 Entertainment. If you look up any of Snyp Life music, you'll always see that / with any distribution situation that allowed me to put it out. It'll always be 354 Entertainment. So yeah, it's my shit. It's my, you know what I mean?
Salute. Let's talk about M80. You and him linked up. The chemistry's there. What can we expect from this album right now? With 6 new tracks, you said?
Yeah, about 6 plus, maybe 7.
6.
Because there's some that was unreleased. Some was actually brand new that I actually did, and then some was like never released before.
So it's exclusive.
Yeah. So if you was like, shout out, salute to all my fans. If you was one of them that had the chance to have the mixtape from that version, you'll notice a big difference when you listen to this part of the project. A lot of new records, a lot of different mixes, and M80 was just so dope behind the scenes, helping me recreate a lot of the sound that I was looking for. So yeah, word.
That's dope. Who you got on the album? Like, let's mention some features.
Typical, man. First and foremost, the home team. My big brothers, the Locks. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. Salute.
From there, there was a lot of joints that I had some legal shit with that I couldn't release. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna just give it away on another platform, but I wasn't able to actually
get it cleared.
Yeah, but like I usually I'm organic, so like a lot of the shit that I do always start with the home team. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to kind of showcase just my different, you know what I mean, rhyme patterns and ideas. You know what I mean? But it's really based around just really my guys. You know what I mean? So it wasn't no real special features on it. Mostly me. A lot of my fans heard me over the years, you know, tearing a lot of shit down, a lot of featured records and shit, and they love to hear me just like kind of go in by myself on a lot of shit, get more of me. So I kind of focus on that more. Yeah. So even the joints that might have had features on them, you know, M80, you know, he's magical with it. So yeah, we just wanted to focus on most of my shit. But again, always gotta have, cause I always gotta pay homage, you know what I mean, to my brothers. Always gotta have them, you know what I mean, a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Word, that's dope.
And you know, one thing about me, like as a D Block member, as a representative, I want people to know that D Block, like for me with the experience and where I'm at right now today, D Block is not really like a rap record label type of shit. It's more like a culture. It's a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We stood the test of time. I mean, I stood the test of time through all the turmoil and everything, and just always showed that loyalty was the most important thing for me. So in return, my brothers always allowed me to just be me. You know what I mean? Do whatever I kind of needed to do, whatever I wanted to do at the moment, however I feel. I'm not a yes man. Nobody never tells me, yo, how to do shit or what to do. And if people you know, hear my shit and, you know, compare the similarities and shit like that, you know, I've been doing this shit for well over 15 years, 20 years, you know what I mean? I don't write rhymes. I haven't written a rhyme in over 20 years. Anything you've ever heard me on, you could Google it. I don't care who's on the record. I don't write rhymes, period. So I'm just showing you that my skill set has always been upper tier, and they always respected that. So they never told me how to rap. They never told me to take shit off. I never got left off any records. I never recorded shit and got, because plenty is plenty. Those are other stories. Plenty of dudes, rappers y'all know, you'd be surprised what go on behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? But I could just honestly say, by the grace of God and my skill, I never got left off a record or taken off a record. So that says a lot, because these guys are legends, stamped and approved for damn near 30 years, you know what I mean? And they always respected my craft, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to say that, just plug that part in, because, you know, as the time changed, you get a lot of new ears. And sometimes when you get new ears, they just hearing you for the moment, and they make a judgment call off to what they hear you for the moment. So I always invite people to check my catalog, check my track record. Like, there's no way I could fake or be a certain way for as long as I've been doing this shit, you know what I mean? And my personal friends know, people that been around me, that seen me, watch me create, you know what I mean?
I've seen him go in and out the booth.
Yeah, so
no problem.
And like I said, I got a core fan base, and I'm thankful for them. But you know, every day you find a new person that either love or hate your shit, and I always know that everybody ain't gonna love your shit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have you focus on the love. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just my part. I just wanted to plug that, because the lots actually watch me grow up as a kid, so they always see me. I've been rapping the same way since I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wrote my first rhyme when I was 9 years old. Big Daddy Kane was my inspiration. Right. So when I moved to this neighborhood, so when I moved to this block, that was what the older cats took a liking to me for, because I could rhyme. So I just want y'all to know that, like, I met the Locks. They liked me because I could rhyme. So I didn't know who they was. I just moved here. You know what I'm saying? I'm 12. I'm 13. But I'm nice. You know what I mean? So it's not like I got around them and then started rap. I met them because I could rhyme. So, you know what I'm saying?
So you like the prodigy?
Yeah, I would like to say I was always the untold, you know, diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying? Facts. And I lived it. You know, like, I've been doing this shit since I was a kid. Like, so it's like, it's second nature to me. So a lot of this shit that you hearing, like, you know, for me, I came from an era of authenticity. So, like, I couldn't be who I am if I wasn't that when these cameras and shit is off. I'm the same, you know what I mean? So,
speaking of, hold on.
Yeah.
The mixtape going into an album, I think you made started something new. You know what I mean? Because
I mean,
there's a lot of MCs
it's a different way.
Mixtape
Yeah.
fire.
It's true.
That they don't have access no more
Yeah.
to it. You know what I mean? To revamp it.
I think the fans deserve that though. You know what I mean? Because
especially the youngins.
And you know, I noticed that like that ain't no knock to the newer MCs of this generation, but you can see where the game is so industrialized because a lot of these cats, they'll come out, they have that big record, and we find out who they are, and but they don't have the track record.
Yeah.
They just got the one song, maybe a handful more, little bullshit joints, and then that one joint hit, and they super lit. Yeah. But like, you know, that's how you know we in a different era, cause that shit is acceptable, cause it's like it's money driven, the streams, you know, all this shit. Like, so we come from the shit where it was skills over the politics. So we be looking at that shit like that shit is weird because, like, dog, my shit goes back far, stretching around corners. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's going backwards though. Everything's like going back.
I mean, you know, but that salute to the cats that matter, to the cats that provide the influence in the game, for igniting that. You know what I mean? You know, like when you got like the J. Cole's and the Kendrick Lamar's.
Yeah.
But they focusing on bar work though. They focusing on bar work, so the influence is helping, because that's the generation. You know, that's who they chasing after. They looking at the Drakes, and that's who they, you know what I mean, they looking, they idolize. So, but when they see the cats that they idolize talking about real rap, and then paying homage, the ones that they chasing now, paying homage to the legends, like the Locks, that makes them, that's where it goes backward at. Yeah. So we need that, salute to them for that, because they could they could be on the candy pop rap like they lit, you know what I'm saying, but they coming with the bar work.
They never felt that.
Because the streets, but you see the streets, it don't matter about your fame, your status, the streets always gonna remain supreme because it started in the streets.
Exactly.
And the streets ain't rich. The streets don't got Maybachs, and that's the shit these niggas is rapping about. But the streets is authentic, and they know
hip-hop is the streets.
Everybody want that pass from the streets. You feel me? It's like NBA players want to be rappers. You know what I'm saying?
They stay in their lane.
We came from the era where we idolized the drug dealers. Now they idolizing the drug users. Yeah. So it's just it's backwards.
It's terrible.
Yeah, like, you know.
But
we all play our part though. You know what I'm saying?
But you working with M80, should we hear more in the future?
Absolutely. We got Ingenuity 3. I can plug that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in motion right now. IG3. First two had such great responses that, because I was just going to move on from the whole Ingenuity, you know, concept, because it was something definitely new for the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I felt what the game was missing at the time. So I got a big, huge response. So, you know.
What we looking at? Like, what around?
Top of the year.
Top of the year?
Top of the year. Because I got these projects out now. I just want the fans to enjoy them.
Yeah.
And let them breathe a little bit. Yeah. But definitely top of the year, IG3. We're going to go back in. I got M80 on mostly all of the production. I'm taking a listen though, because I got a couple of ill producers, you know what I mean, in the grand scheme of things. But what is so ill about it is that the seed was planted, should I say, with my shit with M80 though. That's kind of what planted the seed, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna make sure he's definitely in the centerfold of it. But definitely top of the year, I feel like we're gonna end the trilogy. We're gonna end it with a trilogy. The Ingenuity series. That's gonna be my final offering for that series, and then we gonna move on to some other shit.
Interesting.
Word.
But hip hop, please go get that new album.
New York 90s.
Word up, Snyp.
It's out right now.
Mr. Bookie.
Bars. That's a fact. Bookie Bars is out too right now. They're only about 2 months apart. You know what I'm saying? I dropped that also for the fans. You know what I mean?
Ingenuity 2's back on though, right?
No, Ingenuity 1, the first Ingenuity. Yeah.
It was off for a minute. It's back on. Hip hop, go get that too. Yeah,
Ingenuity. I was finally able to legally. I was finally able to re-upload that project, and it did another 500,000 streams. So shout out to the fans on that.
And
again, I missed the gap but it was for legal reasons, but we back at it. So both Ingenuity projects is up, 1 and 2, and as I said, top of the year, we'll drop part 3. In the meantime, enjoy Bookie Bars, enjoy New York 90s, and any of the other shit, the D-Block shit we do, whatever that's featured on, whatever we got rocking. Shout out to True 808 though, cause
TR808
yeah,
Radio.
yeah, always holding it
My
down.
Underground Arsenal.
Underground Arsenal, of course.
M80, Fatal Skill.
Fatal, what up?
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Press Block,
yeah.
Shoe, the whole
Press,
thing.
what up? Yeah, we got some
Word
shit
up,
coming too.
Juice.
Juice, what up? We got some shit coming.
Word. Yo, stay tuned.
Yeah.
808 Live.